Changing gears a little bit.
Yeah, what you got?
The effect of Christmas movies and Christmas music. You wrong again on the old Googler?
No.
The effect of Christmas movies and Christmas music. And I was thinking about this as I watched. I know we're past the Christmas holiday when this comes out, but I was thinking about why people love the classics, A Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life. It is a deep tie to the nostalgia of our childhood and yesteryears. And it makes us all so sentimental. But I was thinking about it. This is the only thing that honestly does that to us.
There was a comment made when I told you I went to the neighbors on Christmas Day. Well,
I don't know that you told us that you went. You said you were invited.
Yeah, and I did go.
Okay.
But I made the comment to them because there were still a bunch of kids there. Like they were done with all the, what do you want to call it? Like the
gift opening and all that stuff.
Yeah, there was none of that. Everybody's just bullshitting and hanging out.
Hanging loose, yeah.
But it was, there was aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews and grandnieces and nephews. And I said to them specifically, man, this is really great that you guys, get everybody together and doing that. And there was a comment made about how I was getting sentimental about stuff. But I just thought it was real cool to see.
Well, but
and maybe because I'm farther from home, I don't get home every year. Or, I try to get home probably once every 5 years. I'll get home.
I got asked if you had a Christmas to go to.
Yeah, we go to the in-laws.
Well, I know, but like on your side.
Not every year.
I know, and that's what I told him, and that's what I told these people, and they were like, well, just he can come here if he wants.
Well, it's not like Dave is homeless when it comes to that.
and this person knew that.
Yeah.
But they were just inquiring, like, does he have to go, do they have to go up there, every time? And I was like, no, I don't think so, no.
I don't know. I was just thinking about it, and
I think it brings it back for me, just like when we were sitting in the garage having the conversation Christmas Eve. But
yeah.
It's like that movie. You know what I mean? Like when you were watching the movie, we were just conversating, but then catching parts that were like monumental or sentimental to us or me or you or whatever in the time of the movie, and like we were at Justine's grandparents on Christmas Eve night, and that was obviously on the TV, and I said, oh yeah, I can't. She said, what channel is it on? And I said, it's on TBS. It will be every year until they turn stupid and decide to not do it anymore.
Really hope they don't do that.
And I know. And then I said that was something that I can remember. Like I can remember that as long as I can live, that I'm alive. How do I say that?
As long as I can remember that as far back as I can remember.
Yes. About watching that on Christmas Eve at Grandma's. And Angie said, I don't think I've ever seen it start to finish.
Jenna hasn't.
And I was like, holy shit, are you kidding me?
Wild.
I know. And it's like,
hounds.
Yeah, those bumpus hounds. That was one when you quoted, it's like, God, shimmer, shimmer. Those damn bumpus hounds. And Casey, like, he hit it verbatim, like, didn't miss a lick,
I did.
Like, it's like those minutes of that movie. And that's what has affected me to then transfer that to my kids. Like, I haven't never made my kids sit down and watch that start to finish, but they probably have seen the highs and lows enough to know what movie it is.
Yeah.
With the leg lamp and the dogs and the soap bar and the tongue, like
must be Italian.
Sticking the tongue on, when Flick put his tongue on the flagpole and they triple dog dared.
Yeah.
And then Grant was like, don't do it, Max. That really happens. And then Grant's like, but factually, do you know what they did to make his tongue stick like that in the movie?
That's exactly what I told you.
No, they put a. Did you tell me that?
They had a vacuum.
They put a vacuum.
They had a vacuum in it that they sucked. There was a little hole there. He placed it, and the vacuum is what pulled it.
Mm-hmm. That way he could do that one part where he's like trying to.
And he wasn't actually froze to it.
No,
that's smart. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a little behind the scenes. Well, and I don't know if it was
inside
you.
Baseball.
If I don't know if it was you or I told Janelle, because I think we were watching it, and I said, Mom hated this movie.
I know.
Absolutely hated this movie. So we would never be able to watch it till she went to bed. Now, as time went on, she would, because we'd watch it religiously before we went to bed. But she just wasn't a big fan of it. And I'd have to ask Dad again, but I think I've asked him before and he didn't know why. And I don't know if it was maybe the portrayal of the wife in that situation where obviously it was, she was stay-at-home mom figure, took care of the family, took care of all that stuff. My mom was a career woman, like breadwinner, like those different things. So I don't know if that bothered her, but I love it. The kids, they don't sit still long enough to watch it, but they will when they get there. But I was just thinking about how somebody could play the Rudolph claymation video or movie, and you will lock in and watch it.
Guaranteed.
And
There's no Burl Ives.
Guaranteed.
After it.
Newton, Illinois' own Burl Ives.
Yeah.
And people are like, how do you know that? I was like, well, I was driving through Newton, Illinois, and legitimately there's a statue of him in the square. But it's just...
and then when the Yeti comes out and Rudolph, and that whole, like, there's just the most terrible animation you've ever seen in your life, but it's just forever will hold a...
But you know what? But like,
that spot.
I don't look at, like, I think Elf has its funny parts.
Oh, God, I won't watch it.
But to me,
that's Jenna's favorite.
Elf is not like that great of a Christmas movie.
Justine went to the movie theater with one of her ex-boyfriends. Mother. That's why
Wait, were you guys dating it?
No.
Oh.
I always give her shit about it because she's like, oh, yeah, one time me and da-da-da went to see this at the movies. And
Oh, she'll even name drop.
turn it
that?
off. You know what I mean? No, she hated his guts, too.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a thing. She was a new girl looking for
love in all the wrong places.
But that's wild, though. But like my kids, they might find... See, like for us, like Home Alone is right on that fringe.
Oh, yeah.
Where we were young enough to where like that was it. But to me, like Elf's not there. Like some of these new Christmas movies.
Speaking of
aren't
Home
there.
Alone, did you see Brother Jason and his family? Did you see that? Did you see that?
Did you see the makeup job for the iron?
The iron. Like,
That was awesome.
That
That's
is
pretty good.
Those guys, they go hard on that stuff, and I appreciate that. I think that's funny as hell. Yeah, so shout out to you miring squad out there. That was really, really
That was
cool.
pretty good. That's a lot of work to get themed up.
You're right.
Yeah.